Hi, Chester Elton here with my weekend book club recommendation. So I'm going to do something a little different this week because I don't have a book to show you. I actually bought this book on Audible. It's really fascinating. This is Malcolm Gladwell's Talking to Strangers, what we should know about the people we don't know. And the reason I would encourage you to get the audio version as opposed to the printed version is that it's a remarkable new way of presenting an audiobook. If you're familiar with this podcast, Revisionist History, he really goes into a lot of interviews and a lot of depth and so on. Well, in his book, Talking to Strangers, he actually plays the audio of the interviews. He actually plays like the news reports. He reads the transcripts from the trials and so on. And it's fascinating to hear not only his voice, and he reads beautifully, you also hear the voices of the people he's talking about. Now, as far as content goes, it is fascinating to me about how we can easily be misunderstood when we're put in a context in which we're not familiar. Whether it's a traffic stop, whether it's just the language differences or cultural differences or gender differences. And it really is interesting to take note of that because of the workforce that we work in, and it's so diverse. So I don't want to give too much of it away. I want you to have the audio experience. Malcolm Gladwell is a brilliant storyteller. He's got a wonderful voice. This is the one time we're going to say, don't buy the book, buy the audio version of Talking to Strangers. It's phenomenal. And his podcast, Revisionist History, are wonderful as well. So if you're looking for a different kind of experience to give you an insight, not so much into business, into communication that has a business application, I hope you'll give it a listen. It's Malcolm Gladwell's Talking to Strangers. And just on a side note, for those of you that know me, I grew up in Canada, and Malcolm Gladwell's also Canadian. So, you know, he's nice. Well, I hope you'll check it out. I hope you'll give it a great listen and let me know what you think. Is it just an interesting experience, or did it give you a couple of heads up on how you can be a better leader to create those all-in cultures that you and your people so richly deserve? Give it a good listen. Have a great weekend. Cheers.